is going on, everybody? I want to tell you about commission painting. But first, I want to tell you about Ghost Brush. This is my paintbrush line going on Kickstarter January 11th. It will go live, and I'll be putting links in all of these videos, descriptions, and spamming it all over my Instagram and Facebook. So hopefully you guys are in need of getting miniatures painted and you want to try a new paintbrush. It's nylon, it's soft, it can blend, it can do nice little hatch marks depending on how you prefer your highlights. They're all nice sharp rounds, perfect for miniature painting, I hope. Now, when you want to become a commission painter, you've probably seen a lot of people who are doing commissions and you want to get a piece of the pie. There's a few tricks that I've learned that I'm going to share with you. Just this year, or I guess 2018, I started doing some commission painting and it's been very rewarding. Now, I am not, a Golden Demon winner. I am not a Crystal Brush winner, but I do take painting serious and I try very hard for the most part. And one major thing I've noticed is you should carry that over to your commissions. If you are going to do a commission piece for somebody, and this is just in the beginning, obviously if you've been doing it a while, you'll figure out what works best for you. But in the beginning, when you're doing a commission, I would suggest you go above and beyond. And by that, I mean try your best. Because that's like giving your first, basically, if you don't try your best and it's your first commission, that's like telling your very first customer you don't care about their business. And I think that's a bad idea. I think instead you try very, very hard and you charge way below what they were probably expecting to pay, and then they're very happy, and then hopefully they tell people, and hopefully that snowballs and builds up. I feel like on Instagram and things, I see people doing commission painting, and it's probably just a little side thing for them or something they're starting to try and get into. And like I said, I've only been doing it for about 6 months or so. They still are trying to like offer level 1, level 2, level 3, whatever, as if their peak is so much better than their minimum. But in reality, what they're trying to do is scam their customer, I believe, with a really half-ass level 1 paint job that then they can say they did so very fast and then calculate the hourly wage that they made. Now, this is a huge mistake because if you produce crap, your hourly wage should be 0. If you work on a piece of crap in the bathroom for an hour, you get paid $0, right? So I guess number 2, besides over delivering or trying your best, would be stop trying to think your hourly wage is worth something. It is not. It is not in art at all. All art has proven that hourly wages are just not a part of it, because sometimes children do abstract paintings that sell for thousands of dollars. Sometimes people spend thousands of hours and sell them for $100 or whatever, right? Maybe not that extreme, but you get my point. I used to know a girl who used to dip her turtle in paint, her turtle's feet, and let the turtle walk across a canvas and then, clean her turtle's feet, and then she would sell the turtle's paintings. That took her very little time, so her hourly wage was probably really, really good. But with miniature painting, yes, you should be working towards making less mistakes. That'll improve your speed. Learning new skills and new blending techniques and new zenithal priming or pre-shading or airbrushing, things to speed up your process. But don't think you're on the clock when you're painting somebody's Tyrannosaurus Rex and they're going to give you $50. Don't think, if I get it done in an hour, I made $50 an hour. Because in reality, what's going to happen is you probably made $50 an hour but you're not going to make the next $50 because you gave him a pile of crap. You see where I'm getting? So stop comparing. This is just in the beginning, because if this is your livelihood and this is how you're going to pay your bills, then you have to probably think about how many hours you realistically are going to paint and how much money you need to earn to pay your bills and cost of living. So in that case, maybe, skip over that part. But in the beginning, your hourly wage is not important. It means nothing. Nothing at all. Okay? So don't even think about it. Don't even clock how many hours you worked on a miniature. Just paint it to the best of your ability, hand it back to them, and hopefully they enjoy it. And step number 3 would be keep your prices very low. Basically, if you're really painting a lot, it's worth it to keep your price low. Now, like I said, if you're paying your bills with this, then ignore this probably. Or keep your prices low as you can, that you still can not only pay your bills and then live below your means and invest your money. But that's another thing that I talk about a lot in real life. So make sure your price is very appealing, because if somebody wants you to paint a chimera, or let's just say a Space Marine Rhino, okay? Somebody pays you to paint a Space Marine Rhino, and you charge them $50. And then you airbrush it blue and try to airbrush a shadow on it and pick out 2 bolters on top and hand it back to them. They're going to be like, wow, that was the worst $50 I ever spent. But if you try really hard and you try pin washing or edge highlighting or whatever techniques you prefer, you maybe highlight all the rivets on the tanks, and then you give it back to them and they go, wow, I paid $50 and this thing is awesome. Now the value of that is probably worth more than $50. They could probably resell your item on eBay and make a profit doing that. But you got the $50, not the person that was going to charge $75, not the person that was going to charge $100, because even though they were going to charge $100, because they're worth $100 for that job, they actually netted 0 on the project, assuming that that customer was shopping around between different painters. So their choices for your choice was get $50 or get $0. I'm going to choose the 50 within reason. So it's just something to think about when you're pricing your services. Also, if you're painting for somebody that is playing at events and things, people might ask them if they painted their army, and then they might say, no, so-and-so painted my army, or so-and-so painted my unit. Maybe you painted a centerpiece model for them. Who painted that? My painter, Redbeard Boss, or whatever. Now this is going to give you more exposure, possibly new customers, and then within time, if you feel like this is not worth your time and you're not earning enough to justify it because you have maybe too many miniatures of your own you still need to paint, you should be working on them, maybe raise your price a little bit. See if that makes it a little more appealing to you. Or maybe don't do it. Those are just some fun little thoughts on 2019, becoming a commission painter, or at least getting your first commission and doing a great job. January 11th, we're launching Ghost Brush on Kickstarter. I really, really need your help. This is going to be awesome. Hopefully retailers will start carrying them, local hobby and game stores will carry them up at the register, and you'll be picking them up like candy bars with your purchase. So it's going to be awesome. I set my goal way below what I've put into it because I just want it to be successful, and I just want to get these to whoever wants to back it, and people will hopefully enjoy them and continue using them or move on to whatever they prefer. Please subscribe. We got more stuff coming after the Kickstarter. Probably be doing a giveaway for at least one set because we hit 500 subscribers a while back and we hadn't done our giveaway yet. And thank you for stopping by.